Hello, it's Ayushi from group 319 and here I am presenting my topic strong and the weak interactions on the medical biophysics field. So first one is the fundamental force. There are four universal or fundamental forces in the nature. Without these forces, all matter in the world will fall apart, as we all know. And these four forces are gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force. So first we will explain about gravitational force, and we have derived the formula of the gravitational force since so far, and the formula is gravitational force is equal to g m1 m2 divided up by r square. Here g is the gravitational constant, m1 is the mass of first body, and m2 is the mass of the second body, and r is the radius in between these two bodies. Considered for the massive subject V, or you can say X, like the sun or the giant planets, gravitational force is considered to be the strong, as it mean of the three objects are always large. Then the next force is electromagnetic force. Atom in the turn has a dense nucleus, proton, electron, and neutron. All particles are only attached to the particles that have an opposite charge. That means like doesn't attract like. These have a long range and effect of their forces eliminate over distance due to shielding effect. However, subatomically they have a very short range, and are considered strong forces but still weaker than the strong nuclear forces, because they are just like positive charge, that positive and negative charge, they are opposite ones that attract each other, and the like one repels each other, as proved. Then there comes the strong nuclear forces. Nuclear forces are the strongest attractive forces. Electromagnetism held matter together, but there was no explanation on how the nucleus is held together in the atom. Since no scientist is able to describe, or we can say experimentally proved it, why this happens. So we can just have a fact, or you can say just a single line that the nuclear forces are the strongest attractive forces. Electromagnetism held matter together. Then there comes the weak nuclear forces. Weak force is the force existing between elementary particles which are responsible for the certain processes to take place at the low probability. Weak nuclear forces are responsible for radioactive decay, especially the beta decay neutrino interactive. It has a very short range but less than 1 picometer and weak in nature. And the next topic is the main biochemical process. The complex biochemical process involved in the life activities of the various organisms. Here evolved over time to include biosynthesis, metabolism, bioenergetics, driven by both large and the small biological molecules. Nucleic acid play a key role in the protein biosynthesis, while protein enzymes catalyze biochemical reactions. Energy of these processes is stored in the cells in the form of the ATP, primarily through the synthesis of the ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate, as seen in each and every reaction during respiration and the fermentations mainly. The evolution of the life on the earth has begun around 3.5 billion years ago in the absence of the oxygen, and that we call as the anaerobic process, when there is a lack of oxygen present here and there. These processes involve the fermentation of the uh, organic molecule in the absence of the oxygen, with with two main pathways being glycolysis and the alcoholic fermentation. In aerobic system, oxygen derives as the final hydrogen acceptor when we talk about aerobic processes only. But while other substance play the role, it is the anaerobic system. That means we want to say that in aerobic system, oxygen is the final hydrogen acceptor, but when it's come to anaerobic, oxygen is not the final hydrogen acceptor. Then the photosynthesis, which began around 3 billion years ago, like life began around 3.5 billion years ago, but the photosynthesis take place around 3 billion years ago. It involves the absorption of the light energy to produce biochemical molecules through reduction of the CO2. The evolution of the photosynthesis led to release of the oxygen in the atmosphere, increasing the partial pressure of oxygen. Then if it comes to the Aerobic metabolism or cellular respiration, it involves a series of the interconnected process that break down nutrients to produce ATP through oxidative phosphorylation. Uh, we summarize here that aerobic metabolism, it involves too many processes that are interconnected to each other. We can say they are the cascade processes. The process occur in the three stage, beginning the breakdown of the macromolecules. Here the macromolecules, which are very large particles, it break down to produce acetyl coenzyme A, followed by the Krebs cycle, and then the in the electron transport chain. Respiration is much more efficient than the glycolysis in terms of the energy production, because in respiration we have more ATP production when compared to the glycolysis. These processes have evolved to optimize energy production based on the specific environmental conditions of the different organism, seen as animals living in the deserts or birds requiring glycogen for the metabolic energy. Detected information on the metabolic pathway can be found in the biochemistry textbooks. And when we summarize all things, in the summary, the main biochemical process, including biosynthesis, metabolism, and bioenergetics, are essential for functioning of living organism. These processes have evolved over billion of years to adapt changing environmental conditions. They take billion of years, a billion and million of years to change the conditions. It takes too many years to mold the environment in such a way so that we can live there happily, or you can say we can breathe there. In short, life is possible there. These processes have evolved over billion of years to adapt to changing environmental conditions and optimize energy production for different organisms. Respiration and photosynthesis are the key component of these processes, can be found in the dedicated chapters as bioenergetics and the photobiological processes. Thank you so much.